Today we're going to decorate a tissue box so we can reuse it for something else.
For today's craft, you're going to need a Kleenex box. It can come in any size, color, it doesn't matter. A bunch of scraps. So here I've just taken paper that I've used for other crafts. You can see some of it's ripped. It's all just scraps of paper. Rather than get rid of them and throw them out, we can reuse these for something else, and that's what we're going to do today. And then here I even have a magazine. So that can be helpful for decorating. So if you have one, great. If you don't, that's okay. You can use anything that you have. Instead of throwing it out, you can use it for this craft. Now, first thing you're going to do is whatever size Kleenex box you have, I'd like to cut off the top, and you might need help with that. So this is a little bit tricky when you were trying to cut the top off, so you might, like I said, need some help. And if you don't need help, just do it slowly. Well, here I'm just slowly cutting little bits at a time because I want my box to be nice and big with the opening. Now, some people like to keep this circular opening here, and that's okay. You would just pull the plastic off. I think I would like my opening to be much larger. I want it to be the full size of my box. So I'm just going to cut it open, and I'm going to go slow and steady. Not really worrying if it's super straight, just doing the best I can. So that's what you're going to do. Nice and slow and steady, and just cut the top off to the size you want for your hole. Now I'm turning this into my little craft box, so I want lots of space at the top for my opening. But you do whatever you'd like, and join me here when you're done cutting the top. Now that I have my top all cut off, now's where I am just going to decorate. This is quite a lovely design. I could just use the box like this and put all my craft supplies in it. That would be a great way to reuse things, but I also would like to be creative today. So I am going to use my scraps and I'm going to decorate. You could cover it up with all of your paper. You could put designs on. You could put little flowers, anything that you like. This is going to be your box. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get started and use my imagination as I go. And if I need to change things as I go, I can also do that. And you can do the same. So you can just get started and start organizing any way you want. And if you don't like it, just change it as you go. So I think what I'm going to do is I want to cover the sides, at least the front. Actually, quite like this purple, so maybe I'll use some of that. I don't know. Why don't I just do this? See, as you can see, I'm not even 100% sure. I'm being creative as I go. I'm just going to trace. So you can see I'm tracing this rectangle so that I know it's going to fit nicely over top of the front. And then I'm going to cut it out and glue that on. Now, you don't have to do that, and it doesn't even have to be the same size, but if you want it to fit, I find that tracing it is the best and then cutting it out. And I would suggest before you glue anything onto your container, onto your box, that you just make sure that you like it. And what I mean is, instead of just gluing this on right now, I'm going to wait a little bit and just hold off and keep it here for a minute and add some designs to it, and then glue it on when I like the final project. Now, you don't have to do that. I just find it works really nicely. And I am going to put a little bit on the sides as well, so I'm not going to put purple on the side. I think I'll choose a different color, and when I do that, I'm going to trace as well. So go ahead and just start covering the sides the way you would like. Now, because this side is the same as this side, I could just fold this over and do it in the same color, but I think I'm going to actually put a green piece underneath and cut them out together, so I'll end up with two that are the same shape, same size. They'll be congruent, and then they should fit on my box. Now, you could cover the back side as well. I don't know if I'm going to. I kind of like what I'm doing. And I'm just going to keep going, adding some more details on here. I think I'm also going to write craft supplies on here. Now, my magazine here, and I'm going to make a little flower. If you want to know how to make these, I do have a video on this, so I will link that below so that you know how to do that. I am going to make it really fast here, but I'm going to fast forward it so you don't have to listen to that video again in case you have already seen it. And if you haven't, feel free to watch that and you'll be able to make a flower. And then you could also use this magazine just to cut out pictures to put on the front, or you could even cut out lettering. So if I wanted to do craft supplies, I could just find all the letters for craft supplies and use those as my lettering. That would be super fun. Okay, so here you can see I have my front. I really like the way that looks. And I decorated the side with some yellow, this side with green, just to make it a little bit more colorful. I have not done the back. I quite like the back. It's really already colorful. And I haven't done the bottom, but you can do those. It's completely up to you. You could also do the inside. Now it is your craft to do it any way you want. I love this, and you can see I've used up some of the things I already have, some of my craft supplies, so I haven't really wasted anything, helping to save the environment. And watch this. I can actually put my things inside, so it's super useful. So there we go, and I could even put all my extra craft paper in there as well. I hope you enjoyed this craft. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me on Craft Club for Kids. Remember, be creative and have fun.